Your time is 11:24, and it is time for our weekly chat with Eric Raditz from Florida Weekly.
Yeah, Eric is joining us on the phone right now. Eric, thanks for calling in. You said you're growing out the beard, but that doesn't mean you're not working right now. You're still telling us all the fun things going on in Southwest Florida.
Absolutely, and I just want to let you guys know we're bunkering in watching. You guys are doing a fantastic job. I just want to thank you for all you're doing. Top-rate coverage. Really appreciate it. And yes.
We thank you for those compliments. Still waiting on that picture, though, for proof that you are actually growing out a beard. Once we get that, we'll believe you. But your first, your headline, your cover story is you're giving everyone a little bit of a history lesson, and a history lesson that people may not actually even realize is a thing.
No, and this week we're taking you back 500 years ago. So as the story goes, Ponce de Leon was the first explorer to land here in Florida. But a new book and some old maps are indicating that other explorers were actually here before him. Robert Carr, the executive director at the Archaeological Historical Conservancy, published a book that explains much more likely history with maps, including a hand-drawn map from 1500, one by Juan de la Carlos, and another, the Peter Martyr map, which shows that captains, navigators, sailors, all before De Leon actually landed here. So for those especially interested in Florida's rich history, we tell the tale of Ponce de Leon, the one you haven't heard, by Roger Williams, and in fact likely that Ponce was indeed not the first to pounce.
Interesting stuff. All right, well, right now, while many of you are spending a lot of time in your homes and there's no sports to watch, there's a lot less distractions than normal, you can maybe focus on becoming an expert at your craft. And in your business section, Eric, you guys are talking about really how important it is that you know what you're talking about in whatever you do.
Yes, and also becoming kind of an authority, and why that matters. One step that a lot of CEOs and entrepreneurs miss out, while they understand the value of having a visible corporate brand, they may not understand the importance of that personal brand. So, for example, you see the photos there of Elon Musk or Mark Cuban. You know what they stand for. Being recognized instantly as to having a specialization that you're expert with is a real asset in any industry, and we look into that a little bit this week.
All right, arts and entertainment. You are featuring a ex-Metallica bassist.
Yes, so do we have any Metallica fans out there? I think so. And you ever wondered what the former bassist Jason Newsted is up to? We sit down with him and talk about his life on the road, but also that he has moved from California to Florida, resettled in Jupiter Inlet Colony, right where folks like Michael Jordan and Kid Rock and Alan Jackson call home. Here he records with a new band, the Chop House Band, and performs locally. We find out what it's like living the heavy metal lifestyle he was known for and how he's fulfilled he feels now living in the Sunshine State.
All right, so if you don't know, Eric has started the Fort Myers Film Festival, and he has an extensive background in entertainment. So whenever he's in, we like to ask him about his movie recommendations, and right now I figure that's probably more important than ever. I did see Jojo Rabbit, Eric. What did you think of that one? Did you see it?
Yes, and you know, outside of Tom Hanks and in A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, it was probably my second favorite film that was up for any awards at all this past Academy Awards. Yeah, Scarlett Johansson, a big fan. I thought she should have got Best Picture for that, but it was just such a very interesting take on what it might have been like to live back then and go through that. This week we talk a little bit about staying home means we're screening more films, and at some point you run out of films to watch, it seems like, although there's so much out there. So in order to stay fresh, I kind of take a summary of what's just come out on streaming, including The Rise of Skywalker, the Harley Quinn Birds of Prey, Sonic the Hedgehog, Trolls World 2 onward. A lot of people are asking, what are you watching? And at some point, we all do love a good suggestion. So in order to help us all stay entertained during this, we have a few great picks you can pick up and read about.
Well, hey, speaking of being an expert at your craft, Eric, you are one. Thank you very much for joining us. Stay safe and send the best to the family.
Same. Thank you, guys. Appreciate all you do.
All right. Thanks, Eric.